Fartlek training. That's right, Fartlek training. Swedish for speed play, which basically means we're going to mix up the speeds with Fartlek training. Now, it's actually quite similar to interval training, whereas we have periods of hard work, periods of easier work, but it's much more sporadic, so it's a lot less planned. An interval training session could be 1 minute working really, really hard with 30 seconds of rest, whereas with a Fartlek training, we don't really have those specifics. So it might be that you're going to go for a 20-minute run and you're going to mix up the pace over those 20 minutes. If you're training a client, something that's quite nice to do is work out their heart rate from 60% to 90% and take them for a run or put them on the cross trainer and just keep working across those zones. So start them off at 60, get the pace up, push them up to 70, pace up 80, 90, and then cycle back down. Fartlek training. In this example, George is going to show you how to conduct some Fartlek training on a treadmill. So George, if you'd like to get things started on the quick start button. And what I want you to do, George, is just take yourself up to what you'd call a comfortable jogging pace. So with Fartlek training, as mentioned previously, it's Swedish for speed play. So we're literally going to play around with the speed that George is running at. Now it's going to be very sporadic, and I'm going to use a lot of my observations, skills, and the feedback I get from George as to how fast I make him run or how slow I make him run. Okay, George, so on a scale of 1 to 10, 10's maximal, 0 or 1 is resting. What number would you say you're at the moment?
About 3.
About 3, okay. So nice and easy. So what I want you to do is use the speed, just increase the speed until you get to what you feel is about a 6 out of 10. Now this is obviously going to be very subjective, so often people say, you know, how far should I be running, what gradient should I have? It's all down to your feelings of exertion, your perceived exertion. If you've got a heart rate monitor on, you can base it on heart rate. Very, very rough translation is a 6 out of 10 is probably going to be around the sort of 60% of your max. Okay, George, let's take it up to a 7. So that's not 7 on the speedometer, that's 7 on the RPE scale. Hold that there. And give them time to get used to it as well. So, you know, just keep taking that. If you ask George now, like, what number are you at? What number are you at, George?
7, definitely.
It might still be raising, so we don't want to kind of ask it too soon. We want to give him a bit longer, but we will check again in a moment. Just keep that going. Still feel like a 7?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we take it up to an 8 now. So an 8, this is where we would describe it as comfortably hard. Like, he knows he can keep going, but it's hard. Let me know when you're at an 8, George.
I'm at an 8.
You're at an 8, okay, good. So would you say that, you know, that feels comfortably hard?
Yeah, definitely.
So you know you can keep going,
Yeah.
but you're not massively enjoying it right now.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, now take it back down to your 6. Now, what I was tempted to do was take him to a 9, but what we can do is just keep it sporadic. I'm going to be nice, going to let him back off for a bit, compose his thoughts, and then we're going to take him back up. Okay, George, take it back up. Let's jump from 6 straight to 8. The nice thing about Fartlek training is we're working aerobically, but we're also working anaerobically, so we're working quite a few energy systems here. And also, if you think about any kind of sports that you play, things aren't generally as structured as interval training. If you play football or rugby or netball, then the speed that you're running and the timings, it just varies constantly, doesn't it? There's no set structure. So you could argue that the carryover from this is quite nice for sports performance. Okay, George, it's that time. Let's go to 9. Take it up. So this is where we get quite close to maximal. You're not going to be able to hold this for very long, It's not going to be terribly pleasant. It's going to flood your muscles with lactate. Hold that there. Just make some noise when you think you're about 9. Or a thumbs up. Okay, hold that there until we get to 4:30. And then we're going to start winding it down. Good stuff, good stuff. So some people prefer Fartlek a lot more than intervals. They like the sporadic nature of it, they like the variety. Not everybody likes the sporadic nature of it, though some people prefer intervals. You've got 10 seconds, George. Come on, last little push. Keep going, keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow that down. Take it down to a walk. And we're going to keep just moving for a bit. We don't want him stopping straight away because he's been working very hard. If he stops dead, his heart rate can drop quite quickly, and that can give you that feeling of nausea. Let that heart rate, let the blood pressure come down. How was that?
Yeah, very tough.
Challenging?
Yeah, definitely.
Did you enjoy it?
No.
No, didn't enjoy it. What do you prefer, fartlek training or intervals?
Probably fartlek, to be fair, because I like going out in the downs and running, and that's sort of how you have to do it when you're on your own in the downs.
And that's a good point. That's really important to remember, that as a personal trainer, you're never tied to the gym environment. I mean, things like fartlek training, as George said, are brilliant to take outside. You get a nice sunny day or not a sunny day, who cares? Get out there. All right, bring that down to a standstill. Slow it right down. You can hit the stop button when you feel ready. Make sure the belt is completely stopped.
Yeah.
And you're done. Good work. Fartlek training.